Hi friends, welcome back to Parnika tutorials. In this video, I want to discuss about strings and various methods in strings like starts with, ends with, to lowercase, to uppercase, index of, last index of, replace, slice. Various methods are there. All these methods I will discuss in detail for you. So I sincerely request everyone to watch the complete video for better understanding. First, let me define what is the use of a string. Strings are used to represent and work with a sequence of characters. Whenever you want to represent a sequence of characters, then we can use the strings in JavaScript. A string can be enclosed in the double quote. Suppose let's take that I want to provide a string called Parnika tutorials. Now this Parnika tutorials I need to enclose in the double quotes or in the single quotes. So anything you are enclosing either in the double quotes or single quotes, I can call it as a string. Even we can enclose a integer literal also in the double quotes. Then also I can say it is a string. So I can simply say that anything which is enclosed in the single quotes or double quotes, I can call it as a string. So strings are used to represent and work with a sequence of characters. And even a string can represent an object as well and also as the primitive data type. So we can represent a string as an object and also the primitive data type. Now if I want to represent as a primitive data type, then I need to define a variable. How can I define a variable? I need to use the keyword called var or let. Let me write the var str. So here the variable str. Now if I want to define as a primitive data type string, then I can represent like this, either in the double quotes or in the single quotes. Now this str is a string primitive data type. Now if I want to represent a string as an object, then I need to use the string constructor with the help of new keyword. Then I can write var y is equal to new keyword, and then I need to write the string constructor, and the same Parnika tutorials I can write here. Now here this str is a primitive string data type, whereas y is an object. So the same string we have defined using the primitive data type using the string object. If you want to find the type of str, then you can simply write console.log and then type of str. Similarly, if you want to know the type of variable y, then you can write console.log type of y. Now you will find the difference between this one. Now let me discuss this concept practically with an example so that it will be clear for you. Let me go to the Visual Studio and let me define a string primitive data type. So var str, and I will write Parnika tutorials. And then if I want to find the type of the variable str, then I can use the type of operator and then I can display it. If you save this program and execute it, you will get the output as string. Whereas if I create a variable with the help of a new keyword and string constructor, then you will get the type of the operator as an object. If you want to verify, let me display it. Console.log type of variable y. Here it will display the output as object. Now let me save this one, execute this program. See, one we got the primitive data type string and another one we got it as an object. Now let me discuss about the few properties and methods in the strings. We have the first property as the length. The length property returns the number of characters in a string. If you identify, Parnika tutorials have how many characters? PAR 3 and then 7 space 8, tutorial TU 10, 12, 14, 17 characters are there. So if I write console.log str.length, then it will give the output as 17 for you. So even a space also will be considered as a character. If you want to verify, look at here. I want to display the number of characters are there in a string variable called str. Now if I want to do it, I can write console.log str.length. Now if I save this program, here it will get the output as 17. Okay, see, I got this one as a string, and console.log str.length I got 17, and type of y, as I said earlier, we got it as an object. Similarly, if you want to find the length of the object y, which is having a string called welcome to Parnika tutorials, that also you can do. Console.log y.length property I will use. Let me save this program and execute it. As I said earlier, welcome to Parnika tutorials, we have 28 characters. Now let me discuss about the index of method. The index of method returns the index of first occurrence of a substring in a string. Suppose let's take that you have a string called Parnika tutorials. Now you want to find the first occurrence of the substring called A. Now the first occurrence of the substring A is at the index 1. So it will give the output as 1 for you. Similarly, let's take that I want to find the first occurrence of substring tu, where it has occurred in 0th index you have p, in first index you have a, in second index you have r, third index n, fourth index I, fifth index k, sixth index a, seventh index space, eighth index you have t. So you will get the output as t. So like this you can use the index of method to return the index of first occurrence of a substring in a string. Generalized syntax of using the index of method is you need to write the string variable dot, in this case I can write it as str because str is a string variable. Then I need to use the index of. In index of, O should be in uppercase, and then it will take two parameters. One is the set string you want to provide, you can provide, and also you have another optional parameter as from index. What is this from index represents is, suppose let's take that you have Parnika tutorials, and if you say I want to search for the substring A from the third index, then it will skip the A even if it is there at the 0th index, first index and second index, because you are saying that from third index where is the A. Now if you look at the 0th index you have P, and at the first index you have A, in second index you have R, in third index you have, from N onwards it will search for the A. Suppose in this case, in after N, I, E, K, A, this A you will get it as an output. So which is sixth, you will get the output. So like this, even you can provide this from index also. If you does not want to provide the from index also, we can do. So index of method, we can use it in two ways, by providing the set string and from index without providing the from index. So like you can write str dot index of, simply you can provide the set string only, or the substring, whatever you want to find the first occurrence. Let me discuss this concept practically with an example so that it will be clear for you. Let me delete all this one, and then I will write some where L is equal to str dot index of, see the O should be in uppercase, and then I want to find the substring A. Where is the A first occurrence? As I said earlier, you will get the output as 1. If you want to verify, let me display it, console.log L. Now let me save this program and execute it for you. See, we got the output as 1. Now if I say tu, I want to find. Now where is the first occurrence of tu? At the 6th index you have A, 7th index you have space, at 8th index onwards it is starting. So you should get the output as 8. Look at here, I got the output as 8. Now whatever the set string you are finding, if it is not available, this is very important. If it is not available, it returns -1. Suppose in Parnika tutorials, I want to search for a substring called Java. Whether the Java substring is there in Parnika tutorials? No. In this case, it will return the output as -1 for you. See, the Java substring is not there in the string called Parnika tutorials. In that case, it will return the output as -1. Now let's provide the A, and I will provide the starting index as 3. From the third index onwards, you need to find the substring A where it is first occurring. In that case, A is here and A is here and here, but this A it will skip because you are saying from third index you want to search from n. Then you will get the output as 6 for you. If you want to verify, let me save this program and execute it for you. See, we got the output as 6. Now similarly, I want to find the TU from the 10th index. From 10th index, TU is there? No. So you will get the output as -1. Even TU is here, but you are saying that TU should be searched from the 10th index onwards. Before that, if it is there also, I should neglect it. So like this, you can use the index of method to returns the index of the first occurrence of a substring in a string. Similarly, we have the last index of method. The difference of index of method and last index of method is index of method returns the index of first occurrence of a substring in a string, whereas last index of method returns the index of last occurrence of the substring in a string. Now let me discuss about the last index of method. The index of method returns the index of first occurrence of a substring in a string, but you want to find the last occurrence of a substring in a string. Then in that case, you can use the last index of method. In the last index of method, I should be in uppercase and O should be also in the uppercase. So it returns the index of last occurrence of a substring in a string. The generalized syntax of using the last index of method is you need to provide the string variable. In this case, I am providing it as str, and then you need to write last index of. You can provide the substring whatever you want to search, or even you can provide it as str last index of, and then you can provide the substring which you want to search, and also you can provide the from index, from which index you want to start. Let me discuss this one practically with an example. Instead of providing the index of method, I will provide the last index, and then I will provide the A. Now here A substring is there at multiple places, at the first index, at the 6th index, and also here. Now among these three, which one has last occurred? This A will be occurred at last. Then in that case, it will provide the index of the last A. If you want to observe, let me save this one and execute it for you. We got the output as 14 because here 7 there is a space, 8T, 9U, 10th index you have T, 11th index you have O, 12th index R, 13th index I, 14th index A. So you have at the first index A, at the 6th index A, and also at the 14th index A. So the last A only will be displayed for you. Similarly, if you want to find the last index of T, now the T is there at the 8th index and also at the 10th index. In that case, it will display the output as 10 for you because the T is there at the 8th index and also the 10th index, so it will give the output as 10 for you. Now let me provide the from index as 5. If you provide the from index as 5 in the index of method, then from the 5th index to the last index it will search, because from left to right it will search, whereas in the last index of method will search from the right to left. Suppose if you provide from index as 5, it will start searching from 5 to 0. From 5th index to 0th index, does you have T? No. In that case, it will return the output as -1 for you. You can observe. Similarly, in the index of method, let me discuss that index of method also. Suppose let me provide it as where I is equal to str dot index of, I will provide the T and then 12. From the 12th index onwards, I want to search the T. Does you have the T from the 12th index? No. In that case, you will get the output as -1. Am I right or wrong? But whereas in the last index of method, you will not get -1. Why? I will discuss it with you. Because if I provide 12 here, from the 12th index onwards to the 0th index, where is the t, the last occurrence of t you will have at the 10th index. So this one will return the output as 10 for you, and this one will return the output as -1. If you want to observe, let me save this program and execute it for you. As I said earlier, the last index of method has given the output as 10, and the index of method has returned the output as -1. So if you provide the from index in the last index of method, in this case from 12th index to 0th index, where is the t has occurred, it will find. Whereas the index of method, it will start searching from 12th index to the 16th index, because you have 17 characters in Parnika tutorial. So it will be from 0th index to 16th index. From 12th index to 16th index, does you have t or not, it will search. As you does not have t, it will return the output as -1 for you. I hope you have understood about the index of method and last index of method. Now let me discuss about the starts with method. The starts with method returns the true if a string begins with the specified characters. If not, it returns the false for you. Look at here, I have given Parnika tutorials. If I say this Parnika tutorials has been started with P, then it is correct, right? So it will return the output as true for you. Similarly, if I say it starts with PA, that is also correct, so it will return the output as true for you. But if I say it is starting with JA, is it starting with JA? No. In that case, it will return the output as false for you. So the starts with method returns true if strings begins with the specified characters. If not, it returns the false for you. Let me discuss the starts with method with an example so that it will be clear for you. Let me delete all this one, and then I will write where L is equal to str dot starts with. In starts with method, the W should be in uppercase, and then I want to say it starts with PA. That is absolutely correct. In that case, it will return the output as true for you. If I want to display the content which is there in the variable L, you will get the output as true. If you want to verify, let me save this program and execute it for you. As I said earlier, you got true. Even if I say, is it starting with PAR? Yes, Parnika tutorials is starting with PAR. Then also it will return the output as true for you. If I say that Parnika tutorials is starting with Java, this is absolutely wrong. So in this case, it will return the output as false for you. Parnika tutorials is starting with Java? No. So it will give the output as false for you. As I said earlier, you got the output as false. Even you can verify, is it starting with the TUTO? No, it is not starting with TUTO, so it will return the output as false for you. The starts with method even consider the position also. If you does not provide the position, it will start from the 0th index. If you provide TUTO without a position, then it will start searching from the 0th index. Is from the 0th index TUTO is starting? No, that's why it has given the output as false for you. Suppose if I say from the 8th index, okay, is TUTO is starting? Yes, from the 8th index TUTO is starting. In this case, it will return the output as true for you. If you want to verify, let me save this program and execute it for you. See, we got the output as true for you. So if it does not provide the position, by default it will consider the 0. If you provide the position, from that position, is the substring whatever you are searching has been starting or not, it will verify. As I have provided the position as 8, from the 8th index TUTO has been starting or not, it will verify. As it is starting, it is given the output as true for you. Now I want to search from the 9th index onwards, TUTO is starting? No. Then it will return the output as false for you. If you want to verify, let me save this program and execute it for you. As I said earlier, we got the output as false. Now let me discuss about the ends with method. The ends with method returns true if a string ends with a specified string. If not, it returns the false for you. The starts with method returns true if a string begins with the specified character, whereas the ends with method returns true if a string ends with a specified character. So starts with method is finding whether it is starting or not. whereas the ends with method is searching for is it ends with a specified character or not. Now let me discuss this one with an example. Instead of providing the starts with method, I will provide here ends with method, and is it ending with yes, Parnika tutorials is ending with yes, then it will return the output as true for you. If you want to verify, let me execute this program. So as I said earlier, you got the output as true. I want to verify, is it ending with SE? Parnika tutorials is ending with yes. Is it ending with SE? No. Then it will give the output as false for you. As I said earlier, you got the output as false. Similarly, if I want to find, is it ending with ls? Yes, Parnika tutorials is ending with ls, then it will give the output as true for you. Similarly, if I want to find, is it ending with Java? No, Parnika tutorials is not ending with Java. In that case, it will return the output as false for you. So the starts with method returns true if a string starts with a specified character, whereas the ends with method returns true if a string ends with a specified substring. Now let me discuss about the toUpperCase method. This method returns the string converted to uppercase. You have a string, that string you want to convert into an uppercase, then you can use this toUpperCase method. Let me discuss this one with an example so that it will be clear for you. I have Parnika tutorials everything in the lowercase. Now if I want to convert into an uppercase, then I can use the toUpperCase method. The toUpperCase method, you no need to provide any parameter. Then it will be converting into uppercase. So you will get Parnika tutorials like this. If you want to verify, let me save this program and execute it for you. Now you can see we got the Parnika tutorials. Now I want to find the content which is there in the variable str. Then you will get Parnika tutorials in lowercase. If you want to verify, look at here. Why you are getting the output in lowercase whenever you are displaying the content which is there in the variable str is, it will not convert this one into an uppercase and save it in the str variable. It will just convert it and returns the uppercase. So that return uppercase Parnika tutorials will be saved in the variable L only. So if you display the variable content which is there in the variable L, you will get the output as Parnika tutorials in uppercase. I hope you have understood. Similarly, I want to convert the uppercase to lowercase, then also we have a method called toLowerCase. toLowerCase method returns the string converted into lowercase. Now I want to convert into lowercase. First let me display the content which is there in the variable L, and then I will write somewhere GA is equal to L dot to lowercase I will use, and then if I display the content which is there in the variable j, you will get the output as Parnika tutorials in lowercase. If you want to verify, let me execute it for you. See, first we have in the lowercase, we have converted into uppercase. That one I have again converted back into lowercase, and then I have displayed the content which is there in the variable str. Already it is in lowercase, so it will display in the output as in lowercase. Now let me have some content in uppercase also. So I have Parnika tutorials, everything is in lowercase, but only cap T you have in uppercase. Then also toUpperCase method will convert everything into uppercase, and toLowerCase method will convert everything into lowercase. The original content will be displayed in the variable str. If you want to verify, let me save this one and execute it for you. As I said earlier, toUpperCase method will convert everything into uppercase. toLowerCase method will convert everything into toLowerCase. Whatever the original content is there, the same content I have displayed. So like this we can use the toUpperCase method, toLowerCase method to convert them into uppercase and lowercase respectively. Now let me discuss about the replace method. You want to replace some content with some other content, that you can do with the help of replace method. So the replace method returns a new string with a specified string. Suppose let's consider that you have a variable a which consists of a string called ball bat, and then you are replacing the b with the c. Then if I want to write, I should write a dot replace. In place of b, I want to get the c. Then wherever you have b, it will be replaced with c. So then you can get call cat. If I display the content which is there in the variable I, you will get the output as call cat. Now let me write the same content in the Visual Studio and execute it so that you will understand the output. Let me write var a is the variable and it will have the content as ball bat. I will write var I is equal to a dot replace. In place of b, I want to replace it with c. Then I want to display the content which is there in the variable I, and also I want to display the content which is there in the variable a. Now look at here, as we are replacing the b with c, you will get here call cat. That call cat will be displayed here, and then in the a, the original content whatever it is there, it will be displayed. So let me save this one and execute it for you. As I said earlier, in place of ball bat, we'll get the output as call cat, but the original content you got it as ball bat. So the replace method will replace the b with c and returns to the variable I. So the variable I will have call cat. So whenever you have displayed the content which is there in the variable I, you got the call cat, but the content which is there in the variable A will not be changed. Now let me discuss about the char at method. The char at method returns the character at the specified index in a string. Suppose let's take that I want to find at the 0th index which character is there in the variable a, at the 0th index which character is there b. So like this, if you provide the index, the char at method will return the character which is there in that particular index. Let me discuss this concept practically with an example so that it will be clear for you. So in place of replace method, I will use here char at method, and then I will provide the index as 2. At the second index which character is there? At the second index, I have character called L. Then in this case, you will get the output as L for you. If you want to verify, let me execute this program. See, as I said earlier, we have L at the second index. Suppose if I provide the 10th index. Now look at here. At the 0th index you have B. At the first index you have A. At the second index you have L. Third index you have L. At the fourth index you have space. Fifth index B. Sixth index A. Seventh index you have T. But I want to find the character which is there at the 10th index. So in this case, it will give the empty for you, because here the ball bat is having the index from 0 to 7, but you are providing an index which is out of range. Then it will give an empty for you. Look at here, we did not get any output, so it is an empty character. Okay, similarly, if I provide the 7 here, at the 7th index T is there, then you will get the output as T for you. I want to provide 7.6. Then what will happen? Sir, you can say that 0 is an integer, 7 is an integer, but you are providing 7.6. Will it give any error? No, it will not give any error. It will convert to nearest integer. Then in that case, you will get the output as T. So the nearest integer is 7 here. Similarly, if I provide 6.9, then it will provide the character which is there at the 6th index, which is A. You can verify. So whatever the decimal part you provide, it will take the integer part only. So if you provide 6.9, it will consider as 6. At the 6th index, you have a character called A, so it will display the output as A for you. Now let me discuss about the substring method. The substring method returns a specified part of the string between the start index to end index. Suppose if I provide the start index as 0, end index as 5, from 0th index to 4th index, whatever the substring is there, that will be returned. And remember one important point, in substring everything should be in lowercase, because substring is a single word. Whenever you have multiple words, from the second word onwards, each word, the first letter should be in capital letters. If you observe, two uppercase. Two is a one word, upper is a one word, case is another word. So from the second word onwards, every word, the first character should be in uppercase. But when it comes to the substring, everything is a one word. So you does not have any uppercase in the substring method. So the substring method returns a specified part of the string between the start index to the end index. Let me discuss this concept practically with an example so that it will be clear for you. Now I want to find a substring which is there from the 0th index to 4th index. Then I want to write a dot substring 0 to 5. Then it will include the 0th index. So from the 0th index to the 4th index only it will consider. So 0th index, the start index will be included, the end index will be exclusive. If you provide the 0 to 5, it will find the substring from 0th index to 4th index. From 0th index to 4th index, what is the substring is there? Ball is there, so that will be displayed for you. If I write console.log I, then you will get the output as ball. If you want to verify, let me save this program and execute it for you. As I said earlier, we have the ball. Now if I want to find from the second index to 8th index, from second index if I provide, then it will consider from the second index, and the last index I have provided 8, then it will consider up to 7th index. From second index to 7th index you have LL space bat, that will be displayed for you. If you want to verify, let me execute it. So you have LLBAT. Instead of 8, I will provide it as 15. Then in that case, you can say that from second index to 14th index should be displayed. But you have from 0th index to 7th index. But you are saying 2 to 14. Then from second index to 7th index, whatever the content is there, that only will be displayed. So you will get output as LL bat. If I save this program and execute it for you, you will get the output as LL bat. If you want to verify, lot of people will think that, sir, 2 to 7 it will display, and the remaining characters, means from 8th index to 14th index, white spaces will come. That is absolutely wrong. If you want to verify, I can do it. Console.log I.length, whatever the string is there, for that string I am identifying the length, how many characters are there. As I am saying LL bat only will be there, so LL is 2 strings, space is third string, bat is again 3 strings, so it will give the output as 6 for you. If you want to verify, look at here. So I can say even if you provide from start index to last index 15, it will display from second index to 7th index only. Now let me discuss about the concat method. The concat method concats given arguments to the provided string. Whatever the string you have provided, you want to concat with another string. In that case, you can use the concat method. Remember one important point. All the characters in the concat method should be in lowercase. Let me discuss this one with an example so that it will be clear for you. I will write where I is equal to a dot concat, and I will write ball bat I want to concat with IPL. Before that I want to provide the space. So whatever the content is there in the variable a, IPL will be concated. So you will have ball bat, and then you are concating one space IPL. If you display the content which is there in the variable I, you will get ball bat IPL. If you want to verify, let me save this program and execute it for you. You got the output as ball bat IPL. Now if I want to concat one more string, is time waste, I will provide space is time waste. Then you will get the output as ball bat IPL, again is waste. So to this ball bat you are concating IPL and also is time waste. Then you will get the output as ball bat IPL is time waste. Like this you can concat given arguments to the given string. Here I have provided more than one argument. You can provide any number of arguments. All these arguments will be concated to the given string. Now let me discuss about the split method. The split method divides a string into a list of substrings and return them as an array. You want to split the string, then in that case you can use the split method. Let me discuss this concept practically with an example so that it will be clear for you. I will write where A is equal to welcome semicolon to semicolon Parnika semicolon and tutorials I'm providing. Now I want to split whenever there is a semicolon. In that case, I can write where I is equal to a dot split method. I will provide the separator here as a semicolon. So it will separate whenever there is a semicolon, and then it will return into a list of substrings into an array. Then if I display the content which is there in the variable I, you will get as an array of elements. So you will get welcome to Parnika tutorials. If you want to observe, let me save this program and execute it for you. As I said earlier, you got welcome is one element, to is another element, Parnika and tutorial. So you have separated based on the semicolon. Similarly, if I provide separated based on y, I'll provide wherever I want to separate, I will provide the y. So here I want to separate based on the y. Then let me save this one and let me execute it for you. So wherever the y is there, it will be considered as a separator. From up that point onwards, it will be separated. So you will have welcome and then TOY. This y will be considered as a separator. So you will get 2, and then you will have Parnika and tutorial. Even you can provide the limit also, how many times you want to split. Let's take that how many times I'm splitting here, 4 times. If I want to split it only once, then it will only split only once, remaining things it will not split. So you will get only welcome. Suppose if I say split only 2 times, then it will give the output as welcome 2. If you want to observe, you can verify. So you are saying that maximum 2 times only you split. After that, you don't split it. That is what the point here. A non-negative integer limiting the number of pieces to split given the string into. How many pieces you want to split? I am saying 2. So it is a non-negative integer because it is a positive integer. So it will split into 2 pieces. Now let me discuss the trim method. The trim method removes the white spaces from the both the ends of a string. Suppose let's take that you have string, before the string you have some white spaces, and after the string also you have some white spaces. If you want to remove them, then you can use the trim method. Let me discuss this one with an example. In place of welcome to Parnika tutorials, I will write some space Parnika, again space, and then I will use the trim method. And I will not provide any arguments. Then it will remove the white spaces in the starting at the ending also. You will just get the output as Parnika only. Now if you want to verify, I will display the number of characters which is there in the variable a. Then I can use the length property. And after trimming, I want to display the number of characters which is there in the variable I. So I will write I.length. In this case, you will get spaces and the number of characters in Parnika and also spaces. Now let me save this one and execute it for you. See, we got 13. So you have 6 spaces. Here you can observe 3 spaces you have in the starting and 3 spaces in the ending. You have trimmed it, and then you got Parnika which is 7 characters. Suppose let's say that I have only space in the starting. Then you have 3 spaces in the starting and Parnika, you will get 10 here, and that white spaces which is there in the starting will be removed. Then you will get Parnika which is only 7 characters. If you want to observe, let me execute it for you. So you got 10, 7 Parnika. Let's consider that I have only space at the ending. Okay, let's provide the 2 spaces I am providing. Then you will have 9 characters. That 2 spaces which are there in the end will be trimmed. You will get only Parnika, and that will have 7 characters only. If you want to observe, let me execute this program. As I said earlier, you got 9, 7 Parnika. So like this, you can use the trim method. Now let me discuss about the slice method. The slice method extracts and returns a section of a substring. The slice method also takes two arguments, which is start index and end index. The start index is inclusive and index is exclusive. Suppose if I say slice 0, 5 from 0th index to 4th index, whatever the characters are there, that will be written. Then you can ask me one thing, sir, we have a substring also. The substring method also returns a specified part of the string between the start index to end index. Then what is the difference between the substring method and the slice method? The slice method can take the negative numbers also, whereas the substring method will consider only positive numbers. If you want to observe, let me discuss this one with an example. Let me provide the where a is equal to welcome to Parnika tutorials. Okay, and then if I write where I is equal to slice, if I provide 0 to 5, then from 0th index to 4th index, whatever it is there, 0th index you have W, first index you have E, and the second index you have L, at the third index you have C, at the fourth index you have O. So you will get W, L, C, O should be the output. If you want to verify, let me display this console.log I. Then you will get the output as WELCO. Oh, we have not provided which string I want to do, so I need to write a dot slice. Let me save this one and execute it. So now you got WLCO. In place of slice, if I use the substring, that also will give the same output for you. Let me provide substring 0 to 5. So from 0th index to 4th index, whatever the content is there, that I want to display. So I will write console.log the content which is there in the variable j. Let me save this one and let me execute it for you. Both has given the same output, whereas in the slice method I will give a negative number -5 to -1. So what is the meaning of this one, -5 to -1? Suppose let's take that you have Parnika. Then at the 0th index you have P, at first index you have A, at second index you have R, like this you know. Now if I say -1, at the -1 you have A. Minus means it will start from the ending. Similarly -2 means you will have K. At -3 means you will have I. -4 means you will have N, like this. Now you are saying -5 to -1. So -1 is exclusive because end index you are providing it as -1. So then it will give the content which is there from the -5 to -2nd index. Then you can observe what will be the output. You can observe we have RIAL. Okay, meaning is that, observe here, at the -1 index you have S, -2 index you have L, -3 index you have A, and -4 index you have I, -5 index you have R. So you are saying -5 to -1, so -5 to -2, so you got RIAL. But here if I provide, let's take that in place of slice method I use the substring method with a negative index -5 to -1. Then if I display the content which is there in the variable j, then you can observe what will happen. You got empty. So if you are providing a negative index in the substring method, it will not work, whereas in the slice method even you can provide the start index, end index as negative numbers also. I hope you have understood all the methods which I have discussed in the string, like caret method, substring method, concat method, split method, trim method, slice method, and also index of method, last index of method. All these methods I have discussed in detail for you. I hope you have understood. If you still have any doubts related to any method, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will try to clear your doubts as early as possible. Thank you for watching the complete video. Have a nice day.